Alright, welcome back. I want to thank you guys for watching, and any comments that you leave on these videos is appreciated, good or bad. I know there's some haters out there, so you haters, you can leave comments too. I got pretty big shoulders, I can handle it. Anyway, this is a follow-up on this 447 HPC2. Gentleman sent this and also a 497. He just wanted them checked out because he just wasn't sure about the how they were done. So of course I agreed to that. So we already took care of the 497. That one was in pretty good shape. Both radios were actually in pretty good shape. 497 was just cranked up a little higher than what I like, and so we toned it down a little bit. You know, still putting out 100 watts as the radio should, nice and clean. And that one's ready to go. This one here, I did do a previous video on it, so if you go back and find that video and watch it, you'll see what was done to the radio before it got here, and we're going to show you what we had to straighten out. So anyway, as in the previous video, I showed you right down here on R519, which is right there on the corner of the pointer, right there, the very top resistor in this little chain. Okay, they had a jumper wire going across that, and all they did, this is the wire right here, all they did was just solder it like you see it with that little leg on it. Okay, I don't know if you can see that right there, you can see it. Okay, they just soldered it across the resistor and just left the wire hanging in midair inside the radio. You know, if you're gonna do a jumper like that, at least, you know, be neat about it and get rid of the access, whatever. Anyway, that was for the modulation upgrade on the radio. I guess it's one way of doing it, not the way I do it. So we took the jumper out. We did the upgrade the proper way, and got everything all cleaned up. So as you know, as I showed you, we took that out of there. We cleaned up, we neatened up the wires. The wires were all spread apart like a spider's web in here, and we got those all tied up nice and neat. On the back side, you can see these solder points here. That is for the little case, the little shield box for that section of the radio. Now, not obviously, but when I first got the radio, I thought, oh boy, what'd they do? They got inside there and did something, you know. So we pulled it apart, and we found everything looked factory. So there was nothing done in there that we could see. So why the can was taken off the board or what they did, I don't know, but all the soldering was all scabby and crappy. So we cleaned all that up, you know, removed all the old burnt flux. Now they got it so hot that the board is burnt. Okay, that's not I don't know if you can see that, how it's coming through in the light, but you can see some burn marks there. That is the board is burnt. There's no coming back from that. So we cleaned it up the best we could, and got it looking pretty decent. This coil was right here, was spread wide open, almost touching the back of the radio. So we got that all back the way it should, and she's up and running mint. So and I can't stress enough, these little 447 HPC2s are you know, they're a cranking little radio. So if you're interested in one, we've got them, or whatever. You can buy one wherever you want to buy one. Just make sure it's getting set up right. Don't let them fool you into the watt meter thing, because that's not going to be correct. So we're going to start off on low power. Now, on low power, the way these radios come, and when they're set up properly, have pretty much got a positive peak expansion built into them. It's pretty amazing that they were able to do that. I'm sure they knew what they were doing, and they'd be a real good radio to run an amplifier with, in my opinion. I know I see guys, you know, certain people out there doing this NPC mod, which, again, it's not NPC, it's not negative peak compression, it's positive peak expansion. Because as you see when they do the NPCs, that the negative peaks are not compressed. They're actually wider than what they would be if you just set the modulation in the radio normally. So it's not negative peak compression. Anyway, these radios come, you don't need NPC on these radios. They come from the factory pretty much with an NPC built in, okay? So let me show you what I mean by that. So we'll give you that's a about 1.5 watt carrier, okay? And we'll put in a 1 kilohertz tone. That's, you know, that's a lot of modulation going on right there. Now that could even be expanded even more. You know, this isn't even really pinched off, but I could pinch that off and also raise the peaks just a little bit more, so you could actually get more out of the radio. So that's on low, as you can see, super clean on the spectrum analyzer. Very nice radio. So that's like I said, a 1.5 watt dead key, and with the microphone, the radio will swing right out there, you know, between 50 and 60 watts easy. So maybe for some amplifiers it might even be a little too much, but you could easily take a 4-pill amp, you know, Texas Star 500, 400, whatever you want, and have a nice low dead key, you know, probably down around 80 or 90, and still get a good 400, 450 out of the amp, which is where they're supposed to run. Anyway, good little radio to run an amp on. We'll probably do a video on that here. I don't know if I can get one done this weekend, but we'll try. Doing videos takes some time. So anyway, and we'll show you just how good this thing will run an amplifier. But barefoot, any barefoot radio doesn't need that NPC modification. I can't stress that enough. Even though these come from the factory with one almost built into it, that's just the way it is. It's done with the radio's components. Nothing added, nothing subtracted from the radio, just the way the radio comes, and it works very well. So we'll crank up the dead key. I've got that set probably around 8.5, 9. That's where it comes in, you know, nice and clean. Okay. So there's your 8 and 1, about 8.5. Okay. Start out with 2 divisions on the oscilloscope for you, and there. Again, well over 100% modulation and super clean. These things are absolutely really clean radio, and they put out plenty of power. I talk skip on one of these in a mobile barefoot all day long. I mean, can I compete with the guys that are running super duper power? No, but I can get it done. I can talk to Georgia, Florida, Illinois, Arkansas, just with the barefoot radio. So they work very well for what they are. And like I said, if you can live without the sideband, it's an awesome little radio. So we've got it on high right now, so we'll just start off showing you what it's doing on high. So we'll start off with the dead key. Okay, about 8.5. All right, we're going to go up to the 100 watt scale. 100 watt scale's on the bottom. 180, 60. Okay. Hello, breaker. Audio check, 1 2 1 2. Audio, breaker. Okay, and I'll just show you real quick on the scope how she stays nice and clean. Audio, audio, breaker, 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 audio. Okay, awesome. Things are awesome. I can't. The 497s are awesome too, but this, I can't stress these little radios surprise the hell out of me. We'll just go down to the low side. So this is where you'll be, you know, if you wanted to run an amplifier, and you could probably bring the dead key down probably another half a watt, because as any of you know, that if you play with amplifiers, very little dead key, or very little rise in the dead key brings up the dead key on the amplifier quite a bit. So you could actually back this down to a watt probably, and the radio will probably stay pretty clean at that point. But that's something you just have to experiment with. Anyway, so 1.5 watts, dead key. Hello, breaker, 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 breaker. Bending to 50. Okay, are we on? Yeah, we're on that. All right, we'll go back up to the 100 watt scale. Hello, audio, breaker, 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 breaker. Hello, audio, breaker 1, breaker 1, breaker 1, 1, 1, 1, audio, check, 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 check. Okay, well, yeah, it just bounced off 70, but I would say, you know, fairly, depending on your voice and everything, between 50 and 60 watts on low. So, really smoking little radio. Like I said, it's AM, FM only. So if you're into sideband, not the radio for you, but if you can just deal with just AM only, they are an awesome little radio. Anyway, we've got it all cleaned up. We're gonna get it closed up and get it back out to the man. He's been patiently waiting. So that's it. We'll catch you on the next one, and thanks for watching. You know, I hope you guys enjoy the videos. I do like comments. If you got comments to leave comments, please, good or bad. You know, I know there's a lot of haters out there. If you guys want to comment, that's fine. I got pretty big shoulders. You can do what you do with your comments. I kind of enjoy it. I kind of enjoy reading them. So anyway, that's that, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.